All right, and up here at the top right of Crossfire is our Protoss player. Will he grow into a Codes player?
I am Seed.
This is his chance. And I gotta say though, even if Leenock somehow comes back and wins this series, the way Seed has been playing lately, I think he actually has a pretty good chance in the up and down matches. But down here is his opponent. Used to be at the top of Codes. Here he is trying to fight to get back into it.
FXO Leenock.
You know, I always wondered how Seed would do against the big boys, you know? And I really, for that reason, wanted to see him in Codes, but he's playing against Leenock already.
Yeah.
And he's already impressed me. I wonder what build we will see. He's not Forge Fast Expanding. A little bit, you know, I joke that all Koreans Forge Fast Expand is usually true, but on this map is probably the map you see the least Forge Fast Expands out of any other map, although people still usually try it. This is a really tough map to expand against Zerg in general because the ramp is so, or rather the natural itself is so wide open. You have to have a really long building placement, wall off. Bit of harassment going on here with this probe.
Yeah, you're definitely right. This map is so tough for the Forge Fast Expand. I do want to point out, by the way, a couple things that might be affecting this series. So Leenock, you know, he was traveling as well.
Yeah.
Something to just keep in mind. But,
Definitely true.
But in addition to that, you know, he didn't actually look as tired, I don't think, for some reason.
Well, he's
Could just
very
be
young.
my perception.
He's very young, and he always seems full of energy.
That's true. However, though, Leenock actually doesn't have a winning record against Protoss. He's only 42% win rate. It is he's beastly versus Terran. He's very good versus Zerg, but hasn't had that much success versus Protoss in the past. So this is a bit of a struggle for Leenock. He's going to have to overcome something he's not comfortable with, this matchup, in order to get into Codes if he wants to.
Yeah. And his performance at MLG was not what everyone expected, I would say, from Leenock, especially given his MLG history.
Yeah.
But
I heard he got pretty high in an MLG tournament once.
Yeah, I heard so. I saw trophies and things like that. But I think in this case, for this map, he's going to be feeling pretty confident. No matter how tired he is, he's going for a speed link expand, very standard. Allows him to pressure a Forge Fast Expand, which is not what he sees here. So he's now going to have to decide what he wants to do. He has pulled from gas smartly after seeing this. And I think we'll probably just see a standard game at Leenock. I think we're going to see Mutalisk play through the mid-game. Depends on what Seed wants to do.
Well, it's Crossfire. You usually see Mutas on Crossfire. I think it's such a good map for them.
Seed may try to do the unthinkable and play a... He may try to take a third Nexus on this map against Zerg. Whoa. He may do that.
It's unthinkable, but it's not undoable.
Seed, I mean, with what he's shown us so far, I feel like he may try to do it. He may just be that crazy.
He might be. Time will tell, though. I mean, we haven't even seen the second base yet.
Yeah, Leenock is getting an evolution chamber again. He wants to be very safe against the possibility of Dark Templar. One thing I will say about Leenock's play, no matter how tired he is or no matter what matchup he's playing, is he always plays so safe. And I bet when that chamber finishes, we'll see some spores going up again just to make sure. He hasn't been able to scout inside of his opponent's base. He hasn't seen the sentry count, so he doesn't know. He's got a lot of Zerglings out.
I wonder if we're going to see... the same build. This appears to be the same build that Seed did last game.
Yeah, the very popular build in the foreign scene. Very rare to see in Korea.
But I'm wondering if we're going to see the double Stargate go down before too long.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you meant that or just the Forge Fast. I mean, the 3-gate expand. Yeah, we may very well see that. I do not know. Leenock.
This is just superficially, at least, it's looking a lot like it. Although that's also, especially for a pro player like these guys are, it's common for them to change things up to make your opponent think, oh, this looks like the same build as last game.
This is actually really smart by Seed. He's actually building his Forge and Stargate in his main base rather than trying to make it as part of a wall. It's pretty difficult to hold a wall against Roach or Hydra aggression, especially that Nidus Hydra aggression that we've been seeing players do. Super hard to hold that. And to put his Forge in his main secures that he will probably keep the Forge alive no matter what. His Nexus may be fairly vulnerable. He's going to be relying on his sentries to defend that. Zerglings are going to try to counterattack into the main. There's a sentry here. Will he react? He does react, but he's going to lose a sentry and a stalker.
Oh, he force fields his sentry out instead of in, and it gets killed. And so he's actually going to have to bring back. Oh, the force field is stopping the Zealot from getting in position. He does get in position, though. Oh, man, this is going so horribly. He loses a second sentry.
Yeah, things not looking good.
He does trap some Zerglings, but I don't know if it's worth it. Oh,
Definitely
he scouted
not.
this Stargate.
Yeah, he saw that. It was a little bit too close. As a result, Leenock actually has not even spored up, not even a little bit. He's just finishing his lair. He's got double extractors as natural. I think we're going to see a Spire very soon. As soon as that lair finishes.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if he actually put that Stargate there intentionally to make it look hidden so that Leenock would think there was two Stargates like last game.
It's possible. Hydralisk then going down for Leenock. We may see a Nidus.
That'd be clever. It's hard to tell. I mean, it's in a position that's kind of back. He wouldn't expect Zerglings to get up his ramp with all of his forces down below. I don't know, just a thought.
Yeah, it's maybe true. Spore going up now. He's being very safe against a Stargate play. Seed adding a cannon that is natural. It's one thing you can do to make sure that if your opponent goes for that Nidus thing, you have a little bit more of a buffer. The Hydralisk then is an unusual choice if we don't see a Nidus. I just don't understand it, in fact, if he doesn't go for the Nidus, because this map has so many different narrowed choke points. Hydralisk can never get across safely without the Nidus to help him. There's the Nidus network. Okay, so he is going to go for the Hydra bust, Nidus all in.
There we go.
And it's so hard for pros to stop this on this map, even if they scout it. So tough. He's getting a few Phoenixes out. His sentry count is a little bit decreased, like we saw a few sentries dying. It's only at 5. With the 2 Phoenixes out, he can remove some Hydras from play, but his robotics is only just started. He's definitely not going to have Colossi in time.
The Phoenix does scout the Nidus network, actually, so...
What does he do now? Does he spam cannons? I mean, he's going to add a second cannon here. It's so tough to hold, even with cannons, because the Hydra range is so good.
Yeah, I mean, he
needs to
probably
stop
does
the
need a
Nidus.
couple more cannons.
He needs to stop the Nidus. That's what he needs to do. He's going to chase these Zerglings away. They're the only thing giving vision right now. If he can stop the Nidus from going up, he'll be okay, but I just don't think it's possible. I don't think he can do it.
He can put it wherever, and he is putting it down right now. While Seed fell back.
He needs to get it. Can he get it? I think he can get it.
Phoenixes.
He's going to get it in time.
I think he will. It's almost complete, but even if it completes, he won't be able to. It doesn't complete. The Nidus goes down. And immediately everything dumps out of the Nidus back into his natural. He's just going to crawl those Hydras across. He is. Yep.
He may even do a second Nidus once his Hydras get closer to help defend.
Yeah,
There's one Zergling alive for vision still. The Phoenix is getting caught by Hydras. But I feel like Seed may have bought enough time. 3 more gateways going up. Robotic support bay as well. He's in a great position to stop these Hydras. Again, walking the Hydras across the map never is going to work. Leenock has turned around Mole Trap with his Hydras. A lot of indecisiveness here, and I feel the timing window has been missed. Seed, just with good scouting, was able to prepare for this.
Wow.
He's looking so good right now. Robotic support bay finishes. His gate's finishing up now. He's even spotted the 3rd base of Leenock at the bottom right.
Yeah, his Phoenixes have been roaming around checking for stuff all over the place. Very nice. And yeah, he's switching into Colossus. He's going to have a couple Thermal Lens Colossus in a couple minutes, and he's going to be in such good shape against the Hydras. I mean, we see a Spire right now, but he's used up a lot of gas on Hydras, so he's not going to be able to get out a ton of Corruptors or maybe Mutalisks, I guess. I mean, obviously, he's good. Well, he's going to get Mutalisks probably, but once he sees the Colossus, he might get some Corruptors as well.
Yeah, he just doesn't have enough gas to make either en masse, and it is going to be 8 Mutas. But 8 Mutas at this stage of the game is so easy to deal with, especially with cannons already on the way. These Zerglings may take out the Colossus depending on how they're used.
Nope.
Oh, wow, they're going to get nothing. And this push by Seed is looking stronger by the minute.
Leenock making a lot of spine crawlers over here because he knows this push is deadly. He only has Mutalisks to deal with the Phoenix and the Void Ray and the Colossus, but
Guardian Shield
there's
goes
so
up.
many Stalkers there.
Seed is on the verge of Code S, man. The spines are finishing. Colossus range is going to be the key here. It's going to allow him to really pick at those spines if they finish.
Oh, he's trying to target down the Colossus with the Mutas, but all he has to do is back up and the Stalkers start killing off the Mutalisks. It looks like Seed is going to fall back
He's
though,
gonna
just
go to
because
the
of the
third.
spines, but exactly. He's just going to go around to the third, kill it, maybe even take a third of his own at that point, but he's in such good shape right now.
Keeping the probe alive is so key here to get that forward pylon up. The Void Ray absorbing some hits here. The first pylon does fall, but the second one very much alive right now.
Oh no, the Mito's coming in, get the Void Ray! And take the shields off of the Colossus, but the Stalkers do return.
So much indecisiveness from Leenock with his
Leenock.
Hydras.
Oh yeah, he'd gone out for a kind of a counterattack, and now he's coming back though. From this angle, the spines can't all focus fire. That
The
was
Hydras cannot break down the ramp. Mole Trap.
Oh
There
no!
are a lot of Zerglings here, but not enough. The Hydra's doing a little bit of extra damage to the Stalkers at the front, but Seed, I think, is going to be in Code S very soon. A few more Force Fields delaying the Hydras once again.
Oh no, and Zealot's even taking out the bottom right base. So even if he survives this, Leenock is going to be in such poor shape with his economy. Seed force fields the ramp again just to keep those Hydras back, although at this point he might want to engage them. And
He has lost his Colossus.
oh, he lost the Colossus, okay.
And he does not have Blink, but with the positioning he has on his
Oh,
Stalkers,
that's
he can just
beautiful.
pick the Hydras off.
That is beautiful.
The forward pylon does fall.
I think it's over though. I think there's nothing else he can do. Here comes in with the Mutalisk. There's only a handful of them left. Drones coming off the line. It's the last stand for Leenock. We're going to have
man.
a GG any moment now. GG, ladies and gentlemen. Seed has made it directly into Code S and in convincing fashion, and he's almost like surprised by that, giving himself a round of applause. And ladies and gentlemen at home, give him a couple claps as well, because he has earned it.
And he beat him on Crossfire. I have to say, the real story of this game is, why did Leenock decide to go for a Nidus all-in when he's down a game? He could have just played a long game. Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable in this match, doesn't feel comfortable against Seed, and maybe it's because the Nidus has almost always worked on this map. But all of those reasons, I feel, don't justify it. I feel using the Nidus here was a mistake, and Seed scouted it, and he almost was able to get the Nidus up, but Seed was like, all I have to do is just stop you from getting the Nidus up. If you don't get the Nidus, then I win. And when he did.
Yeah, and yeah, let's just pay a little bit of homage too to the fact that Seed did not have an easy road here. This is his first time in Code A, and you know, it's not like he got placed up against other Code B players that weren't very good or something like that. He got placed up against Monster, very strong Zerg player. He actually beat Boxer as well in the second round, who's in good shape right now, and beating Leenock definitely earns his spot in Code S.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see, like I said, how he does against the big boys. I mean, Leenock obviously is one, but right now he's tired from MLG. He failed a Nidus. The first game, Leenock looked pretty strong still. That was the game where Seed looked, you know, like, okay, he can really play against a top-notch Code S Zerg. But like you said, Leenock's win rate against Protoss is not even his best. It's below 50%. So we'll see what he does in Code S. Seed, though, really impressed me throughout his run here. He's the Illusion Protoss. I mean, even Koreans have started to recognize this, and I feel he's got a lot of potential. He's got a big, bright future ahead of him.
If I had any spare time this week, what I'd do is I'd go home after this cast and take the poster from that movie The Illusionist and Photoshop him into it. It'd be awesome.
Is that so?
That's what I do, man. That's what I do. Anyway, Seed is going to be continuing on to Code S. We still have one match left, though, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a doozy as well. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes.